their brand of politics, I guess.
But if you can't think for yourself, then you're not really free, are you?
No, you're not. You're not. But I've been excluded. I've been excluded on Oprah, you know.
On Oprah?
On Oprah, yeah, I've been excluded.
In 2007, Oprah Winfrey opened up a boarding school in South Africa. The academy had salons and gyms in it. Allegations have surfaced that this school was a front for child trafficking. These girls would be allegedly groomed to be ready for sale. Oprah handpicked the young girls who attended her school based on physical appearance, but it wasn't long until word got out about what really the school was about.
That I'm not part of the club. And a lot of you listening to me right here, right now, you're not part of the club either.
When you talk about the ages of the victims when the conduct occurred, it's shocking. Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old. We have an individual who was 14 years old. We have one who was 15.
Rap legend and actor Ice Cube has never been one to hold back his opinions, and this time he's taking aim at media mogul Oprah Winfrey. In a fiery rant, Cube expressed his frustration over what he sees as Oprah's tight grip on young artists, allegedly controlling their narratives and careers in ways that benefit her agenda. The N.W.A. icon has long been vocal about the exploitation of black entertainers in Hollywood, and his latest remarks suggest that he believes Oprah is playing a major role in limiting artistic freedom.
Turns out these young girls were being touched or broken in by one of the employees there to allegedly get them ready for clients. Authorities found out about it, and the employee was charged with 13 counts of getting inappropriate with kids. Turns out at least 6 girls aged 13 to 15 were allegedly systematically and ritualistically targeted. Oprah went on record saying she was going to look at the situation, but after her investigation, the employee was cleared of any wrongdoing, and some allege Oprah had a hand in trying to cover it up. But these incidents continue to rock the school, including a newborn baby being found unalived at the school, which some say was for trafficking.
Ice Cube has openly criticized what he calls an elitist club in Hollywood, claiming that his refusal to conform to industry norms and his outspoken opinions have resulted in professional obstacles.
And a lot of you listening to me right here, right now, you're not part of the club either. And what I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of their fucking club. That pisses them off. What club am I talking about? I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all got to deal with. You know who they are, and they definitely know who they are. A lot of people would be like, what, who? Come on, man, stop playing. So, ever since I put out the contract with Black America, you know they've been fucking with me. Here and there, this and that. But it's cool, you know. I expect that. You know, I've been working with, you know, on the big 3 for a long time, and you know how they've been fucking with me with that. I done made it, you know, plain, simple, and clear what they've been doing. You know, the N.W.A. been fucking with us. Now, a lot of people might say, like, well, but Cube, you want to work with the N.W.A. Really, I don't give a fuck about working with the N.W.A. What I want them to do, when I say work with us, is to stop working against us. Stop doing that bullshit behind the scenes that we know you're doing. Mainstream media, you know, they ain't fucking with us. And that's cool. We can do it ourselves, you know what I'm saying? We still on the rise without these motherfuckers, so.
Ice Cube has accused Oprah of controlling emerging artists in the industry and determining their success or failure. He claims to have been a victim of this power structure himself, alleging that he was deliberately snubbed by Oprah and The View due to his outspoken and controversial views.
What platforms have banned you?
I've been, you know, I tried to go on The View. They didn't have me on The View.
Why?
or a few of the guests just really didn't like where I was coming from. So, or a few of the hosts, I mean. So that's what I was told by the producers. You know, I don't know if the producers was just copping out and using some of the hosts to not have me come on and explain myself, but I've been excluded. I've been excluded on Oprah, you know.
On Oprah?
On Oprah, yeah, I've been excluded. Yeah.
I would think you'd be the person Oprah would want to promote. I mean, you grew up in South Central, you were successful at a young age, you have dignity, you say what you think. Like, I thought that was the goal.
Me too, you know. I don't know what it is, but, you know, several of my, you know, I had a movie called Barbershop, you know.
Yeah, I remember.
That I wasn't invited to participate with the cast. I produced a show called Black White, and it was a very controversial show. And once again, they had the whole cast on, but I wasn't invited.
In an interview with Tucker Carlson, Cube revealed that he had attempted multiple times to appear on The View, but was repeatedly turned down because his opinions didn't align with the show's political stance. Similarly, he felt excluded from Oprah's platform, citing moments where he was not invited to participate with the cast of his movie Barbershop or his show Black White.
Right-wing extremism and whataboutism.
But I've been shut out. You know, some platforms will not have me on.
Why?
They don't like that I'm, you know, an independent thinker. I'm not part of the herd. I'm not part of the go along to get along gang, so to speak. So, you know, I'm an outsider. And so, you know, I'm not part of the club.
Ice Cube is shaking up the gatekeepers just by making appearances with Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, Piers Morgan. He's having an impact. He's normalizing a behavior of, hey, let me go sit down and talk with anyone and reject the programming that I can only talk with who corporate media, the Democratic Party, Democratic politicians, and social media tell me I can talk with.
Corey Feldman has long been a vocal advocate for exposing the darker side of Hollywood, particularly the exploitation of young actors. Having endured trauma himself as a child star, Feldman has dedicated years to speaking out about the inappropriate behavior he both witnessed and suffered within the entertainment industry. He has consistently described a pervasive culture of predatory actions, where powerful figures leverage their influence to manipulate and exploit vulnerable young talent.
You freeze, you're in shock. I mean, children aren't supposed to handle that sort of stuff. I can tell you that the #1 problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia.
Nobody talks about pedophilia.
It's the big secret.
And it's widespread?
Oh yeah, I was surrounded by them. I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working, they're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
And they are
And they do not want me saying what I'm saying right now.
Are you saying that they're pedophiles?
Yes.
And that they're still in this business?
Yes.
Diddy was checking to see if Justin was wearing some sort of wire before he uttered this veiled warning. As I'm sure you're aware, Diddy is being investigated for human trafficking, and it's alleged in the Little Rod lawsuit, he would take advantage of men and women under the age of 16. After Little Rod announced his lawsuit, Justin Bieber allegedly had a relapse and a mental breakdown. His alleged OD made wife's Hailey Bieber's dad ask people to pray.
More serious allegations against Oprah Winfrey have surfaced, going beyond merely controlling the career paths of young artists. Reports have linked Oprah to Sean Diddy Combs' infamous parties, with claims that she not only attended these gatherings, but also played a role in preparing young artists for them.
Oprah Winfrey has been implicated in the Diddy case by federal authorities due to her alleged involvement in human trafficking. In a desperate attempt to evade justice, Oprah reportedly tried to OD. Gayle King, her close confidant, posted an update revealing that Oprah is currently in the hospital, suggesting she is trying to avoid facing the serious charges against her. Meanwhile, Oprah's public relations team is in overdrive, attributing her hospitalization to complications from the weight loss drug Ozempic. Additionally, reports have surfaced that Oprah was allegedly involved in harvesting children.
But you already know with Oprah, with the whole Maui situation going on, that she got a lot of backlash for that. It's just, my whole thing is like, saying nothing is almost worse. Cause like, it's not like you gotta say, oh, I need to wait to see. You don't need to wait. Everybody in the world done seen that video.
Despite her reputation as a champion for social justice and equality, Oprah Winfrey has faced criticism over her treatment of certain Black artists and individuals. She has also come under increasing scrutiny for the way she compensates and supports Black artists involved in her projects, raising serious questions about equity and representation within the industry.
This movie was important because it created a space and roles for a group of Black women.
Yes, and I would just like to say about this whole Taraji, you know, I heard I was trending yesterday because people are saying that I was not supporting Taraji. Taraji will tell you herself that I've been the greatest champion of this film, championing not only the behind-the-scenes production, but also everything that everybody needed. So whenever I heard that there was something that people needed, I'm not in charge of the budget because that's Warner Brothers. You know, that's the way the studio system works. And we as producers, everybody gets their salary. That's negotiated by your team. And so whenever I heard there was an issue or there was a problem with the cars or there was a problem with the food, I would step in and do whatever I could to make it right.
Henson specifically mentioned that she and other Black actors, including those working on The Color Purple, received lower pay compared to their peers, leading to significant backlash against Oprah, who co-produced the film.
Well, Oprah Winfrey is hitting back at claims that she created a negative experience for the cast during the filming of The Color Purple.
Now, speculations started when one of the film's stars spoke out about being paid inadequately in Hollywood, as well as criticising production for making cast members drive themselves to set in rental cars. But the media mogul has shut all of those rumours down, saying there's no bad blood between the pair.
Attorney Tony Busby has recently made some similar allegations against Diddy, accusing the music mogul of using coercive tactics to manipulate young artists during auditions. Busby claims that Diddy exploited his powerful influence over aspiring talent, luring them with promises of fame and a fast track to success, only to place them in compromising situations where they felt pressured to comply with his demands in exchange for career opportunities.
A white party, although several of these events occurred at auditions. Many times, especially young people wanting to break into the industry, were coerced into this type of conduct in the promise of being made a star, or in the promise of having Sean Combs listen to their tape or even let them read for Sean Combs.
A Texas attorney says he now represents, get this, 120 alleged victims, male and female, adults and children, whose allegations span more than 30 years. The accounts of the alleged victims have not been fully vetted, but their claims involve drug-fueled, similar to what the feds described in their criminal indictment of the music mogul. Diddy's currently sitting in a federal jail awaiting trial on trafficking, racketeering, and conspiracy charges. He pleaded not guilty to all charges, and his attorney once again stated that his client emphatically denies any claim that he sexually abused anyone, end quote. Here's the bottom line. He looked for bail once, couldn't get it. Looked for it twice, couldn't get it.
Attorney Tony Busby has revealed that 25 underage victims have individually filed lawsuits against Diddy, each alleging various forms of misconduct. Unlike a class action suit, these cases are distinct individual filings, a decision Busby says underscores the unique and personal nature of each victim's experience. By treating each case separately, the legal process allows for a more detailed examination of each victim's account, giving them a chance to present specific evidence and testimony relevant to their claims.
25 of the 120 individuals who are plaintiffs in these cases were minors at the time of the acts complained of. The time frame of the acts complained of is very wide. The conduct at issue spans from the years 1991 all the way till this year, 2024. If you wonder why there are so many alleged victims, that's your answer. We're talking about more than 25 years.
Critics have begun drawing connections between Oprah Winfrey and Sean Diddy Combs, suggesting that their alleged involvement in broader conspiracies is now coming under intense scrutiny within the entertainment industry.
Shame for child victims is that the attention and the seduction from the predator, who is probably going to be somebody you know. Right. In order for it to work, it has to be somebody you know, somebody you admire, somebody you respect, or maybe even love. And it feels good. I mean, if you're 7 years old and somebody, which I was trying to say this to my friends who had children, you're 7 years old and someone is stroking your penis, it feels good. Even though you don't have a name for what that is, it feels good.
Adding fuel to these shocking suspicions is the controversy surrounding Oprah's Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa, an institution once hailed as a beacon for young women's empowerment. Past incidents at the academy involving mistreatment by staff members have raised further questions about Oprah's role and responsibility in ensuring the safety of vulnerable individuals under her influence.
Why have all of the girls went missing that was at that school graduating class and nobody is talking about it? I tell you why. Because you guys are protected and I don't appreciate it. I want you guys to tap in, tune in, comment. If you guys know about it, talk about it, spread the word, share this. Those girls in Africa went missing. That was at Oprah's school, Oprah Winfrey. Where were these girls at? Has anybody found them? Why is there not enough coverage on this? But those 5 guys that went missing, RIP, definitely feel bad for them. That's a lot of coverage. Of course. Anyways, peace out.
Recent speculations have taken a disturbing turn, with claims that Oprah Winfrey has been implicated in the purchase of 6 tapes, allegedly showing Justin Bieber being exploited by Diddy during his underage years. These explosive allegations have added a new layer of complexity to the growing scrutiny surrounding both Winfrey and Diddy.
Would accuse Winfrey of buying a Diddy tape of an underage Justin Bieber being raped. According to the source, she paid $75 million for the footage of Combs raping an underage Bieber and Aaron Carter, among other child stars. Under the comments of the video, many online users were asking for evidence.
She has bought these tapes for a staggering $75 million. This eye-popping figure has sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, as many question the circumstances surrounding such a substantial transaction and what it may reveal about the individuals involved.
Winfrey paid $75 million to purchase tapes of Sean Diddy Combs raping an underage Justin Bieber. Oprah has been hiding in plain sight for decades, using the media to shield her from the truth. But this time, there's no covering it up. The truth is finally coming to light.
How come you think it doesn't get leaked to the public?
The dark net?
Yeah, like...
Because of the dark coin. Most people don't even know that the dark coin exists. But that's how they're trading for all of the flesh they sell, which is why I became so outraged last year when the twins turned 16 and he had them dressed like prostitutes and then he auctioned them off as NFTs because the NFT that he sold them to was attached to that dark coin. It was like a promissory note to sell his daughters to the highest bidder.
And these allegations can actually be true because Diddy has faced a mountain of allegations throughout his career, with many revolving around his alleged mistreatment of young artists within the music industry.
Diddy was being investigated for a while and has been paranoid ever since. In the video, Justin just looks so broken, like he's saying, you know, I've been having a rough time since you violated me and passed me around the industry. I mean, poor Justin. But if you increase the audio and get rid of all the background noise, you can hear Diddy say something to Justin that really explains everything.
What do you think about Ice Cube's claims and the growing allegations against Oprah and Diddy? Share your thoughts in the comments below.